Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my friends. Welcome if you're new here. Welcome back if you're returning. Thank you for being here. Either way, it is hot. It's not hot like Southwest hot, but it's hot for where I live. It's gonna get into the mid 90s today, and I think my back patio probably was in the 90s yesterday, and my house is still warm. I don't mind the heat, but this is the first real day of it. Well, since we had a weird couple days back in May, I think, where it was like 85, and then it went back to 65 for 60s. 65, 70. And then tomorrow is supposed to like drop back down into the 70s and be rainy. I don't know. The weather is not as predictable as it used to be. Yesterday at work was great. I managed to fix that 42 banner job that I mentioned the other day that I had messed up. And I learned something cool. Like, they're double-sided, and one of my teammates had said that any double-sided file we want to make a front and a back file for, or any double-sided print. But yesterday I learned that if it's exactly the same art, then we can just say same art front and back. So that is exactly what I did. I'd already made fronts and backs, but knowing that going forward, I only need to make fronts if the art is the same front and back is fantastic. And then I also cleared out my queue, which is always just such a wonderful feeling. And the production floor has a huge project right now that requires lots of handwork, and they've been asking for help. So at one point I had offered to help because I have quite a bit of experience in handwork, and then I was just never able to clear out my queue and go help. So yesterday, once I cleared out my queue, I emailed my supervisor and asked if he had more work for me or if I could go help out on the floor, and he said I could go help. So I did, and oh my God, it was such a relief to like stand up for a while and do a task that did not require all of my brain power. I was basically pulling cut strips out of this paper board called Falcon Board. It's got like a honeycomb structure in between the two faces of it to give it structure and rigidity. And we make a lot of pretty cool kind of sculptures out of it. And so I was essentially setting up these boards to ship, and so that they can be assembled on the other end, and doing some initial setup on this end, like applying tape and folding some edges over and putting some hardware in them. They're pretty elaborate, but anyway, it was so nice. Even though I was standing right next to a CNC machine that was routing plywood, which is extremely loud. It's a very high pitched, like super loud. I had to have earmuffs on. But even with that, it was so relaxing compared to the last week or so, I think, in my job. So I'm really glad I got to do that. I kind of hope I get more time to do that today. I got an estimate for getting my lawn mowed, and it wasn't like exorbitant or anything. $48 per mow every 2 weeks, with my discount. I get a discount because I live near the owners of the company, and they say they give the discount because we have to see them in their trucks and equipment all the time, which is cool. Without the discount, it was going to be $60 per mow, $120 a month. And I mean, I think it's a fair price. My lawn is fucking pain in the ass to mow, but part of the thing that kept me from doing it was if your lawn is over 4 inches for the first mow, it's $1.50 an hour. Or a minute, I'm sorry. And I don't know what that would work out to, but nah. So that would mean that I would have to mow it at least the first time. And if I'm gonna mow it once, I might as well just keep mowing it, especially since I know now that I'm not gonna have the yard forever. If I was gonna stay here, I think I'd be more likely to invest in it, but no. I want to save as much money as possible for my van, and I do need to replace some things soon. Pair of flip-flops broke the other day, and I still want to get a pair of those Zero sandals I mentioned a long time ago. And my sneakers, the soles are wearing out, and I need some clothing basics. Those are getting old. And yeah, I just paying like $100 a month to get my lawn mowed just doesn't sit right with me at the moment. So not gonna do it. As much as I would like to have a nice fresh lawn every 2 weeks and not have to do it myself, it's not worth the money to me at this juncture. My friend who's gonna sell my house for me had asked if I'd be willing to sell to a developer if it meant like $200,000 to $500,000 more. And I didn't answer her right then. I decided to let it sit with me. And no. Even if it meant being able to relax and not have to worry about income for longer. I know that already there's a developer that wants to tear down the trees at the end of the private road next to my house, and that private road is actually the property of my house. It's an easement. So I think the person in this house has final say on whether that can happen or not. And I feel like if I sold to a developer, it'd be much more likely that they would agree with the other developer to take those trees down. And those trees have given me so much joy over the years. I love watching them in windstorms. They're swaying, and their wind blocks. Like any wind from the south gets blocked by them, and they block noise. There's a freeway that runs just on the other side of them, and I think it would be much, much noisier if they weren't there. And I just feel emotionally attached to them, especially one, which I call my dragon tree, and I will put a picture of it that I put a little drawing, a little face on him. I'll put that right here. Yeah, he looks more dragony some days than others, but always looks like a dragon has for years to me, and I cannot accept any amount of money to cut my friend down. I just can't do it. Don't want to. I think if I did that, I would feel guilty about having that money forever. It's just not worth it. So, I feel like money will find its way to me in more positive, more aligned, healthier ways than going against what my heart says. So, not going to do that. Then, so I told my friend that yesterday. And then she said that she's working the numbers out, and she was going to give me numbers with like what she projects the house will sell for without any work done on it, just as is. And what doing work on it how much that will increase the price. She says she's had instances where it would actually like not benefit the seller at all to do work on their house, and others where it would help them significantly. And unfortunately, it looks like I am in the second camp. I really don't want to do a bunch of work on this house, but this is a case where if I could do like $20,000 worth of work and potentially earn $200,000 more on the house, that does seem worth it. It will be stressful trying to figure out where to source the money to pay for it up front, but we'll see. I'm just going to put it out into the universe right now that I am requesting help with this. Okay, universe? Like, maybe my credit union wants to send me a 0% APR offer on a loan right now for the first year. Because then I can, and no penalties for paying back early, because once the house is sold, then I can pay it right back. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. All right. Do I have anything else to say? I don't think I do at the moment. I will share that I did a breath work with Sandy this morning, and then I just was not feeling like getting out of bed yet. I worked close to 10 hours on Monday, and I worked 9 hours yesterday, and I'm just kind of tired. Although my brain feels much better today than I did yesterday, I think because yesterday was so much less cognitively stressful. But anyway, I still didn't want to get out of bed after I did my breath work. So I looked for a morning EFT tapping session, and I found one that I will link below that I really enjoyed. I forget the lady's full name, but her first name is Julie, which is so interesting that I keep finding other Julies. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and it was like 9 minutes, I think, and I felt like getting up after I did it. So that is great. So if you have a hard time getting out of bed, I recommend just laying in bed and doing your tapping first, if you need that extra boost. And my throat is doing that thing, and I don't know why. All right, let's pull a Natalie Goldberg card from her Writing Down the Bones deck. We are on card 19. Tell me about your mother's hair, or an aunt's, grandmother's, stepmother's, foster mother's, sisters. Texture, color, how they wore it. Did they dye it? The salon or beauty parlor they went to? How about their hands or feet? There is a lot there. That's funny. Fun. Enjoy that if you plan on writing about it. All right. I think that's all I got for you today. Gonna let this play through, add my intro and outro, upload it, and write my morning pages. So with that, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be wealthy, may you feel at ease, and may you accept yourself exactly as you are, even if none of those things apply to you in this very moment. I love you so much. Please subscribe, and I will see you next time.